You know, I'm not saying I'm competitive, but Houston had a really big 9/11 Heroes run last year, and I'm like, we can beat them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We could.
We got more peeps here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
I think so.
So.
Yeah. Dallas and Fort Worth and Arlington and, I mean, just TFW complex. Surely we're bigger.
Surely.
We've got to be. We're better.
Yeah.
We're better.
For sure.
We're not competitive.
Not competitive, though. Not competitive.
None.
We're just saying that we're better.
Right.
It's just kind of a, she's honest. It's a
She's
statement.
Right. It's a strength.
This is Lee Hargraves, certified strength and conditioning specialist, former rocket scientist, and the Manion WOD completionist.
This is Isis Hargraves, certified OPEX Coach, nutrition guru, and I'm a proud military brat. Go Navy.
This is Jarod Hunsaker, certified CrossFit Coach, facilities manager, and I'm always ready for a challenge.
And you've reached the enduraLAB podcast, where we dive into the science behind fitness,
The ins and outs of better health,
And lifestyle strategies to help you live your best life.
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
First of all, I just have to say how cool it is for our first real interaction to be in a podcast. Like, I don't even answer the phone.
In the studio, live
you know?
in action. Yeah, seriously. Do you talk on the phone with people?
I actually prefer to talk on the phone.
You do.
I do.
That's why you jumped in on this, though.
Probably,
I feel like,
although I'm super introverted. So that's even like more
okay,
bizarre.
that blows my mind a little bit.
But texting takes too much time. I could just talk to you real quick, get it over with, and then it's done. Texting, it's like back and forth, and it's too much.
If you call me, I think you're dying.
Oh.
Like you're on your deathbed, something happened to you. No, I don't answer a call either. You can text me.
What about you, Jarod? Do you like snap it back? You know?
I prefer text. That way I can like read it and then I can answer when I want to.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't want to answer it, wait a little bit.
Oh,
Like,
do you leave people on red?
I don't leave them on red, but I have time to think about my answer.
Okay,
But I agree, like if something is urgent, again, if it's urgent, call me. But if it's not urgent, you still don't like to text? You still want to just call and be like, hey, what's up, Isis?
No. If it's
Okay.
like just small talk, like if I needed something, like if I'm like, hey, I'm going to ask her this question, it's just easier to call.
Also, too, when I think about things, it's usually at an inappropriate time. Like it's like 8 p.m.
That's true.
or I'm up early. So I'm like, oh, do I text this person? Otherwise, I will forget too. I have to text it, get it off my mind.
That's true, too. I wonder if it's my age, you know?
You have to get it off your mind and put it on theirs.
What about, yeah. But what about you?
Why are you singling me out?
I know, I'm saying you didn't
because
answer.
of my age?
A little.
I mean, I prefer a text sometimes. I understand about the quick call, like just call. I used to call a lot of times on my drive home. I would make all my calls, but now we have that insurance app. So it flags me every time I'm using hands-free calling. I'm like, this kills my phone conversation. My dad, he is like the worst at the text because he'll be like, can you call me now? And I'm thinking,
Again,
oh my gosh,
someone's died.
Something's happened. And my dad's like, hey, yeah, I'm in town. I was just wondering, what was the barbecue place that you like? I'm like calling somebody. You call him like in the middle of a session with a client because I'm worried. But yeah.
My mom will be like, are you awake? I'm like, why? What happened? And she's just like, oh, so I was watching the Grammys and can you believe how stupid this was? I'm like, Mom, I thought you were dying. And then she won't call me when she actually falls. Like when she fell on the trail and had to be taken out by ambulance. Yeah. She didn't call me then.
I'm sure your mom really loves that made the podcast.
Sorry, Mom. So anyway, you're our kind of people for just hopping on and being willing to do this. Thank you so much. And I think it's cool because two, we do this podcast to educate people and entertain them sometimes. But it's interesting that people are tuning in. We're like, oh, people are actually listening. So what better way to use our platform than to share something like this? So I'm excited about today's podcast.
We're talking about an incredible event that is happening at enduraLAB on April 29th, 2025, and that is the Manion WOD. And this workout just isn't about fitness. It's about honoring a hero, supporting the Travis Manion Foundation, and bringing our community together for a powerful cause.
And we've done hard hero workouts before. We do the Murph. We do Chad. We've done other hero workouts throughout too. Those are the two big
We're big
ones.
fans of tough workouts.
We are, and of doing something of service for our community too in ways that we can. So.
Yeah, and this is one of those workouts that pushes you physically and mentally while reminding us why we do what we do. And I'm looking forward to breaking it down for all the people listening.
That's right. And formal introduction, we're honored to have a very special guest today, and that is Bobbi Van Reet, the Fort Worth chapter lead for the Travis Manion Foundation. Bobbi, thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm very excited, and yes, totally introverted, so this is a little bit out of my comfort zone, but
you would never be able to tell.
And first podcast.
Yes,
you know, let's throw that in there.
When I'm passionate about something, I'll talk. So Travis Manion Foundation, I love it. Just a little background is my husband was a classmate of Travis Manion, so that's how we ended up loving this foundation that they have. Colonel Manion's amazing, so it has become near and dear to our house. And the Manion WOD, while I might cuss it while we're doing it, and do it, it really is a cool way to honor Travis and his legacy and this foundation that they have built to support our next generation, to support our veterans. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So on that, can you just tell us a little bit more about, let's just start with the workout, right? And
yeah. So the Manion WOD is very fun if you like to run. And squat.
enduraLAB. That's what
we are strength and endurance.
There you go.
Yeah, we love both.
So, but the Manion WOD. So we are honoring First Lieutenant Travis Manion. He was killed in Iraq by a sniper while he was defending his platoon. Really a true act of heroism. So April 29th. 2009, so the 7 rounds would be 2007. The 400-meter run would be April, and then 29 back squats, if you're strong enough at RX, for the day that he died, is how they came up with the Manion WOD. It really is an incredible WOD. It challenges you towards the end when your legs don't move themselves and you're not quite sure how you're going to finish that run or those squats.
I just think of like a baby deer, trying to run.
I loved the idea of supporting the Manion WOD at enduraLAB. And, you can host it at any time, but it was important to me this year to try to host it on the 29th. And all of the classes that day we're dedicating to the Manion WOD. So we're going to be doing the Manion WOD from 5 a.m. to 5:30 at night. So
that's amazing. And when you look at it too, I remember the first time I did this and you looked at it and you're like, oh, that's not bad. Just a 400-meter run and 29 back squats.
Yeah,
that's
it's
not that bad.
Lighter weight, not too bad.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah.
It's not the case.
No, those hips are going to be on fire. That's for sure. And I love that you went through the significance, because sometimes you're like, why are these numbers the way that they are? So do you know who came up with actually the workout itself?
I actually don't.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to assume it's his sister, Ryan Manion. Oh. I didn't need to find that out, figure that out.
One, I was just curious, because sometimes I'm like, gosh, where do these even come from? They sound horrible. But who's creating these?
Did they try it out beforehand, or
would Travis really approve of this? I mean, no, but we're happy to honor him for sure, and something as grinding as this. And I think our athletes at enduraLAB, because we do focus on, like, even our workout today is an 800-meter run with back rack lunges.
We're prepping them
3 rounds. Yeah. I mean, we're like, get ready for Manion. But
and the best part about the workout is there's always an alternative, so everybody can participate. If you're not a strong runner, we can opt for a ruck option and ruck 400 meters. Come in, do your 29 back squats. If 135 or 95 for ladies is a lot of weight, we could scale, still get all the back squats. So there is still a way everyone can do it, and rucking is still a good way to honor the challenge while reducing the impact of running, and it also provides an extra strength component with the weighted load.
Yeah, I think it's a lot easier.
I don't think that's easier at all. I would rather run.
The first time I ever did this workout was with a ruck, and I think Go Ruck put it on. They had a really big year of workouts, and they had...
Is that how you initially found this workout?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's still an option. There's still a rucking option through it.
Which is awesome. We have a ruck club at enduraLAB, and so I know that several people will opt for
Which is another question I have. I noticed to register, there's a run option and a ruck option. Do you get like a patch or anything for the Ruck option?
Yes, they send you a Go Ruck patch.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
I thought so because I was like, well, they were priced differently. And then also just in the Ruck community, if you don't know, it's very popular to get like a patch for the event that you do and you stick it on your bag. So that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, a little badge of honor, right? And I always love, again, like the Ruck option. So it's more attainable for people, I think, across the board, even if someone's not used to this type of workout, to come in, put a ruck on where they don't have to run and then knock out air squats or squats with the rucksack on.
And you can do scaled, like what would be RX for a ruck? Is it 20-30?
Well, I think it's
pound?
30-20 or 20-10. Depends. I don't know what they put on this one.
But again, you can modify that.
You can go up or down. You only want a bigger challenge or not, but no matter
Definitely
which
have
option,
those people at the gym.
no matter which option you pick, it's about that mental and physical resilience, right?
I think the really cool thing, just to add, and I don't know if you've got this yet as a gym owner, but they should send you, or they will send you, the Spotify link. So they found his iPod when he was deployed.
How cool.
And they have his playlist. And so
that's
they've
cool.
made a Spotify link with the
Thank
music.
you, Travis, because playlists are so hard to make.
Yes.
We're like, who makes the Murph playlist? Because it's hard to pump up. It's hard not to be pumped up to play the playlist of his.
Yes, they found it in his belongings that came back from Iraq.
That's amazing.
It's super
that's
cool.
really cool.
So if you end up not getting that, let me know.
Yeah.
I can send it to you.
Yeah,
That's
we're going to
awesome.
rock the playlist all day.
And anyone who doesn't like it,
That's the thing.
They
is,
better
like,
run faster or
people
squat
are like-
faster, right?
Yeah, exactly. People are always commenting about the music.
Okay, so we know the workout. We know the different options. So let's really talk about how this event, this workout helps the Travis Manion Foundation.
Absolutely. So the Travis Manion Foundation has different pockets, let's say, or different buckets of things that they support and that they do. One of them that is really option they're super passionate about is building character in the next generation. So they'll take veterans, families of the fallen. I'm considered an inspired civilian. I'm a veteran wife is what I call myself. Just side note, my husband and I started dating in high school. So I went through the Naval Academy with him as his girlfriend. We got married right after that, went through all his deployments. He did 7 deployments in 4 years. He was a submariner.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had a baby while he was deployed. So even though I'm not a veteran, I walked through a lot of that with him. But I am considered, as in Travis Manion's terms, an inspired civilian. But anyways, they'll take anyone who's been called to this and train them to be a character does matter mentor. And once you're trained, you can go into really anywhere. I could come into here to your classes and give a presentation on character strengths. And the Travis Manion Foundation ethos is, if not me, then who? And do y'all know the story behind that? Mm-mm. So let me tell you, I'll quickly tell you, before the deployment where Travis was killed, him and his brother-in-law went to an Eagles game, and they were sitting there talking just about the upcoming deployment. Do you have to go? Was kind of his brother-in-law's question to him. And he said to him, if not me, then who? Mm-hmm. And so that became the ethos of the Travis Manion, because if Travis didn't go, then who would have died?
Right.
So teaching the character side of it is teaching today's youth to kind of have that mindset, and that service mentality is a big passion of Travis Manion Foundation. So we go in, teach character strengths, and one of my character strengths is humor. My top 5, I have humor, spirituality, leadership, kindness, and honesty.
Oh,
there
you
we
go.
go. I love those.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's you find those through
the training that I do. Yeah, but you take a little test, and then but I can go in and I can teach anything on character, right? So I can go into school and say this school really struggles with being brave, right? Bravery is a character strength. I can put a whole presentation again. We're honoring Travis. We're honoring other service members who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. And then I'm giving them a challenge. I'm teaching them about bravery, and then giving them a challenge to go, if not me, then who is going to be brave? But that can be sports teams. That can be JROTCs. That can be elementary, high school, whoever wants us to come in. So that's kind of one bucket of Travis Manion Foundation. Another one is having veterans and families of the fallen go on, they call them Spartan leadership programs. So they take them on a journey. They teach them leadership. They go through a whole curriculum of leadership. And then they go out and do expeditions and, hard things, climb mountains and do service projects together. And it builds this community that veterans and families of the fallen really desire, because the military is so strong in community that once you're out, you're kind of like, who are my people now? And so it's giving those veterans and families of the fallen a community again and a purpose, which is really awesome. And then kind of the third bucket is what Fort Worth chapter is doing here locally is Operation Legacies. So someone may come up to me and say, hey, this school really needs, they have a really big homeless population, then they need toiletries for these kids. Hey, can Travis Manion Foundation help out? And so I kind of get with TMF and I say, hey, what can we do? We call our community and we say, let's go support this. Or, someone needs a tree planted or a garden planted. Hey, TMF, Fort Worth, let's go. And we all sign up as an Operation Legacy. We can go to this place who needs it and we can serve our community in that way. And so Fort Worth is new. We talked about that earlier. Fort Worth is a new chapter. And so what we're doing is we're learning the needs of our community right now. And we're starting to make connections and just seeing what can Travis Manion Foundation do for our community and who needs our help.
I love that so much.
That's amazing. Yeah, awesome.
Coming from being a military brat, I totally get that about building the community. I mean, I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons why I love our gym and just creating the community within the gym.
Right.
And then we even have an unofficial enduraLAB cares where we do service projects as a gym.
That's awesome.
For our community as well, which this kind of folds into.
Yeah.
So this I'm so passionate about this as well. It's so cool though. You guys do a lot.
We do a lot. It sounds like a lot, but I think what's really cool is they all know we're all volunteers. I'm just a volunteer. My full-time job is actually a photographer. And so this is just above and beyond. And so they know if we can't do a lot of projects, that's okay. Right. But we try to do at least one a quarter and just serve our community in some way about once a quarter.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I love the character in the youth. I feel like that's a huge missing component right now is just kind of that toughness, right? That character, that toughness. So for me, I think that's awesome.
Well, it's all about me is what I see. And
if I could see a kid, this is very blanketed, so don't hate me, everyone. But, being like, yeah, it's not going to be me. Someone else can,
right.
Not like, if not me, then who? It's like, yeah, they can.
Right.
Ugh. So it's very powerful to take on the responsibility, the privilege, have the bravery to do whatever it is, whatever it is you choose.
Whatever it takes, right?
Whatever it takes. Yeah.
And teaching them you can do hard things.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is something that we try to instill in our clients as well. They come in maybe thinking they can't do what they can do, which is one of the big privileges we get is to see those light bulbs go off and see them get stronger. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, we're a big fan of Masogis. So that is like a yearly challenge, right? So you pick something big that you could fail. And in our office, there's a banner that actually says, comfort is a slow death. Right.
I love that.
Because we do believe that people should be pushing themselves to do hard things, to kind of see what they're made of. And it does build, what's cool is how big of a community that builds. And we've talked about, you kind of you go out and do a 5K, right? And you could not talk to those people again, right? You go out and do something like the first time you do the Manion WOD, the people that you go through it with, you're going to always have that bond because you're going to be able to talk about it, right? Yeah, man, that was super tough, right? Like my legs are still on fire. Like I still can't squat down to the toilet, right? That's that's going to be the conversation the next day, right? So just little things like this throughout the year is really cool for our community to be able to take part of because it does just continue to build that community. So it's really cool.
And I think that people too just think about these as just workouts, like, oh, the Manion, okay, what are we doing? But knowing who it's honoring, the kind of person it's honoring, and then what you guys do for the community. So we want everyone to register through your website. We'll talk about how you can do that and really put the funds, the money where your mouth is, because it's going towards such amazing things that you guys are doing in the community.
Right. Yeah. And that's really awesome that you see that. It's not just, hey, come do the WOD. Like it's bigger than that.
Absolutely.
I think that's really cool to see, especially for your first time to host this as a gym.
Yeah, we're excited. We're pumped. So for those listening, what are the best ways to get involved with the Manion WOD? At enduraLAB, obviously, we're hosting the event. So you can sign up. What's the best way to sign up is through the website. Is that correct?
Yes, through travismanion.org.
Okay.
And then I believe there's a get involved without totally looking on the website right now, but you can even just almost the easiest way is Google Manion WOD and it'll take you straight to that. And then it has a map because it's all over the United States and you can zoom in on Texas and find enduraLAB to be able to sign up directly through there.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar, we'll link that too in the show notes.
And there's two options for you to register. You could do the run and the ruck like we were talking about.
Yeah.
And if you do the ruck, you get a cool patch. So
And at enduraLAB, know that when you sign up through Travis Manion, the website, you don't owe us anything. So like it is open to the community as long as you have registered. So even if you're not a member of enduraLAB and you want to come out and support the cause and do the workout, sign up on the website and then you can come in anytime.
Do we get a list of people that registered like at our location?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll closer to it. And if you don't get it from Travis Manion directly, let me know.
Okay.
And I can get it to you.
That.
And you get a really cool shirt. I got mine in the mail the other day. I don't know if y'all have gotten yours in there. I like the shirt this year. It's pretty great.
Yeah, we haven't yet. So
a good
excited.
shirt design is always close to my heart.
Yeah.
And the gym gets a flag.
Yes, we have it hung.
It's up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so if you can't make it in person too, like if you're not close to the gym, by all means, ruck up and do the workout virtually. You can still donate to an awesome cause and help support the Travis Manion Foundation.
And our community specifically too, like sign up one, do it. And then cheer on your athletes as they do it too. So we'll be doing it all day on the 29th. And it's kind of like all our other events, like come out, cheer, support, and make sure you register.
Right. And then how can they spread awareness? I know you probably tag on social media. You guys have specific tags that you want?
We do. So again, for the Fort Worth chapter being very new, we do have an Instagram page now.
Okay.
So that's up and running. So on Instagram, we are TMF Fort Worth. So tag us on there. I think I've already tagged you guys a couple times, but we're going to start sharing here a lot in the next probably week or two. We'll probably start pushing it out there to everybody. And then really, if you want to just learn more about Travis Manion Foundation and as a whole, travismanion.org is a great place to go learn more about it. And obviously, I can give you guys my contact information, and I would love for anyone and everyone to come be involved in the Fort Worth chapter.
That's awesome. So we've got the workout, we got the cause. I feel like as a gym, we should talk about how you guys should prep, right? So let's just go over kind of some ideas on prepping for the event we're about.
Did you do that because I like a booty workout?
Yeah.
Or what?
Yep.
So this is a high volume squat workout. It's definitely going to get spicy.
Do you know how many reps it is?
What? Multiplied? No. What is it? You're my human calculator.
209, right?
203?
3 something. 200 and something.
I think it's 203.
I read it somewhere.
Check my math.
Yeah, Lee's like my human calculator.
203.
Okay. Oh, you said 209.
I said 203.
Oh, you did. Oh,
I said 209.
Nice try. She's honest and she can remember.
She's honest and she's kind. I'm not. So if you're used to that volume, great. But if not, you definitely want to get some squats. And so practicing the higher rep squats, you can start body weight and then throw on a rucksack if you want. Or at the gym, we're going to get you prepared. And then strengthening your core and your posterior chain is important to avoid back fatigue. So you're back squatting, you tend to light up in the low back, and then you're running. You're definitely going to be feeling it in the back. So tight core there. And then focusing on proper recovery. So make sure you're hydrated. So body weight in ounces at least. And then as it starts heating up, which it seems to be doing already, definitely adding electrolytes or, some sea salt in the morning.
Yeah.
In your water. Mobility. That's something that I think we should add to some videos and stuff on is like our mobility foam rolling 101. Some people just don't know how to mobilize, but we definitely want to get those quads, your glutes, low back, and then
Hip flexors.
hip flexors.
So
Oh
the
my
big
gosh,
thing with hip
yes.
flexors, you're going to tax those on the squat, right?
Absolutely.
And then when you take off and run, if those things are tight, your low back is going to light up,
Yep.
and then you're going to go back and you're going to have to squat some more.
Mhm.
So make sure it's all in the hips,
It's
right?
all in the hips. Was that Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
All in the
And
Okay.
then the hips don't lie. That's from
Hips
Shakira.
And then nutrition. So you want to make sure that you're properly fueled for this workout. You definitely don't want to be in a deficit for this, and definitely want to hit up the protein after for muscle rebuild.
Yeah,
And
note
get
if you're
lots of
doing
tears.
high volume squats and you're planning to do the RX weight, you need to be squatting heavier than that. Okay.
True.
So 135 should feel light to you, or 95 should feel light to you if you're using those weights. So think about that. Obviously, if you come do it at the gym, we can help
What
you
was
scale.
your daughter's back squat? Her daughter's a power lifter.
Well, at state or what's her PR?
What's
Let's
her
go
PR?
PR.
Her PR is 215.
Man.
Okay, Jarod, you got some work.
I better watch out. Was she 16?
She turned 17 yesterday.
She's gonna catch up to me if I don't get it together.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I told her about Isla and how she likes to deadlift and lift weights right now at 11.
Yeah.
She's a little. So yeah. So anyway, hydration, mobility, and nutrition.
Yep.
Yeah, and then the running aspect of the workout will also add up. So pacing is huge here. You don't want to be sprinting the first 400 meter or really any of them and then get crushed by the squats because you got 29 of them right after the run.
To me, the run would be for a while the recovery.
Oh, absolutely.
Quote, unquote.
Trying to
Yeah.
shake out those
Yeah.
tree trunks, you
Yeah.
know, concrete legs.
Yeah, your like cinder block legs. Yeah, that's what
Like
it will
a-
feel like.
A duck walk or duck run. So on the runs, keep a steady pace, breathe through each round, and just shoot for a consistent, steady pace.
Just keep moving.
Yeah, and know as coaches, we will be smiling as you take off for every run because it is kind of a joy. Yeah, it's a little comical to watch people start running after high volume squats.
We're not laughing at you. We're
laughing with you because we understand.
Yeah.
So if you see a
We'll be
coach
in it too.
smirking, yeah, just know that we're in it with you.
Yeah.
I think Jarod said you're going to do it a couple times that day.
2 or 3.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's good or bad that there's no time cap.
Yeah.
there is. Yeah.
I mean, either you can take your time or you're like, this is never ending.
Right.
I don't know which one's worse.
Yeah.
I guess I could just do it throughout the day.
Yeah.
1 round an hour.
That's right.
Hey, that's a way to do it.
And then don't forget about, obviously, recovery after the workout.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing that when we see a lot of these hard workouts, right, you do it and then it's just like, oh, it's done. You're having fun. There'll be a bunch of people talking about the workout afterwards. But make sure at night you get into some foam rolling. Make sure you're still focusing on hydration and proper nutrition. And then luckily at enduraLAB, you can hop into the boots. We have Normatec
Normatec.
air compression boots afterwards, which would be fantastic for those legs.
We
And
also
then the
have-
next day you can hit up the cold plunge and sauna, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know I need to give you a tour. I haven't even, she just jumped literally into the podcast studio.
That was
I was
fantastic.
like, hey, Bobby, let's go. She's like, okay.
All right.
Why not?
Where
if
am I
not me, then who, right?
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right.
I love that.
Yeah, we
Love
were
it.
just sitting here. We had just finished another podcast. We had filmed a short one.
It wasn't as
before.
fun as this one.
No, not near as fun. Bobby, maybe you should think about coming in more often,
Yeah.
right?
Let's go.
Endura personality.
But yeah, and then we're like, man, we've got an hour before Bobby comes, and then you were here, and we're like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
it
do it.
actually was perfect.
Yeah.
See, I had the last name spelled wrong and the time wrong.
Yes. Oh, so you were coming here at 1?
At 1?
I thought
Or
it was
my
two.
time wrong?
No.
Either way,
It
it
worked
worked
out.
out.
It worked
I'm
out.
guessing
out.
since the name was wrong, she's
Bobbi
already
Van
lost.
Fleet was supposed to come at
Yeah.
2, but Bobbi Van Reet is coming at 1.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It very much could have been me.
It's
that was
okay.
wrong.
It
But
worked out.
It worked out.
It worked out
It was
perfectly.
perfect. Yeah. So this has been an awesome discussion, a fun discussion.
Oh,
too.
wait. But is there anything else you wanted
yeah.
to add?
Can I
Yes,
plug a couple
please.
upcoming events that
Plug
we
Oh,
have?
yeah,
everything.
right. Let's go for it
okay.
now.
So May 24th, 2025. So that's Memorial Day weekend at 9:30 a.m. we are doing what's called the Honor Project. This is the second year for DFW to do this, so it's super exciting. We go out to the DFW National Cemetery and we honor our fallen service members. We have a short ceremony. We're locking in our speaker right now, and if he's in town, it's going to be amazing. Former Navy SEAL and former NFL football player. He's a motivational speaker now. He's incredible. I won't say his name yet because we haven't totally locked him in, but he should give a quick speech. And then we go out and we take sections of DFW National Cemetery. We have tokens that Travis Manion Foundation sends us. They say, if not me, then who on it. And we say their names, read their names. We read their service, what they did, and we lay a token on them and we honor them. And so last year we did about 2 sections. We're hoping to take many more sections this year. The other really cool thing is if anyone listening to this has a service member who is buried there and they can't get out to visit them, they can submit their name to Travis Manion Foundation, and then we get that, and on that day we will go find their specific, and
amazing.
We honor them, take a picture of the token on there so their family can see that we did visit them, and they'll get that picture back, which is really awesome. So that's coming up Memorial Day weekend. We would love everyone to join us. You can sign up at travismanion.org under the Honor Project. So we would love that. And then further on in September, we have the 9/11 Heroes Run. That will be in McKinney. It's a 5K. The first mile is always a memorial mile. So we will honor someone. Last year it was Nathan Gage Ingram, who was a Navy SEAL who passed away, lives in Trophy Club. So we honored him. I'm not sure who we are honoring. I don't think we've decided yet who we're honoring this year, but the 9/11 Heroes Run is amazing. Quick 5K. We had to cap it at 500 last year and it sold out real quick. So we're hoping to continue to grow that. But those are 2 big events coming up along with some other smaller ones that we have here locally.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's exciting.
And then are you guys thinking about bringing, so like McKinney and then DFW National, so you think that you guys will make more like local stuff as time comes?
We will. So we'll still partner with North Dallas. We're kind of better together, but then also do things separately. So the 9/11 Heroes Run, the Honor Project, some big things like that. We'll have a community summit in 2026, which will be amazing. We'll come together. We're hoping to involve the National Medal of Honor Museum. That's opening up on Saturday in that. But the big things, we will come together because, teams are just better when they're bigger and you can get a whole lot more done and be more effective. But the smaller Operation Legacies that we do, again, if it's like that school or something in the community, a food pantry that needs us, those will all be smaller. We'll do separately in Fort Worth.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, I will support the McKinney, but that literally means I'll have to get a hotel because that's so far away.
So far. When we got involved with the North Dallas chapter, that's what we said. We're like, I want to do so much of this, but it's over an hour for me to get there. Yeah. And so,
I mean, if we were in New England, we'd basically be in like Connecticut and Vermont and all these other states.
Right. And I drove up there for a quick meeting, and it was like, I just drove an hour and 15 minutes for a meeting.
It could have been a phone call.
Right. Not a text. Yeah. So as we grow, hopefully the 9/11 Heroes Run, whether we do 2 separate ones, one up in North Dallas, one in Fort Worth, or whether we move central and do a massive one together. I'm not saying I'm competitive, but Houston had a really big 9/11 Heroes Run last year, and I'm like, we can beat them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We could.
We got more peeps here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah.
Dallas and Fort Worth and Arlington and just TFW complex. Surely we're bigger.
Surely.
We've got to be. We're better.
Yeah.
We're better.
For sure.
We're not competitive.
Not competitive
at all.
though. Not competitive.
None.
We're just saying that we're better.
Right.
It's just kind of she's honest. It's a statement. Right.
It's a strength.
So Bobbi, thanks so much for
Thank you.
joining us today. We're excited to host the Manion WOD, obviously honoring a hero, but supporting the Travis Manion Foundation. Yeah. And then just for people to go out and do something hard and build that community, right? Yeah. If you want to sign up, donate, or learn more, you can visit enduraLAB.com or check out the Travis Manion Foundation website. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Hopefully, we will see you all on April 29th. Until next time,
keep moving,
eat well,
and stay strong.
Bye.
Peace.